What's going on, YouTube? Today we're gonna be doing a comb over with a part on my client right here, and I'm gonna show you guys the exact steps I do to achieve this look. So other than that, let's get right into it. The first thing I do is I start off by wetting my client's hair and just laying his hair down right. I did not trim it down this time, so I'm just gonna lay it down and blow dry it the way it's supposed to be. Just make sure you have it on medium heat and go ahead and just do consistent even strokes to the way it's supposed to be. That way it'll give it some form. So right here on this type of hair, it's really thin, so what I'm doing is you can't really fade into bulk with this type of hair. I mean, you can, but it'll look pretty choppy. So what I do when I do the comb overs with this type of hair, it's really thin. I'll take it all the way up to the number 2 guard. I always do the number 2, or it depends what the client wants, but usually it's number 2, just so it can look nice and smooth instead of choppy and bulky. These are my Auster Octanes, but a number 2 guard with the regular clipper would work perfectly fine. Number 2 closed. As you can see, I'm just keeping the blade flat and just going up and making nice, even, consistent strokes. That way it's nice and smooth instead of bulky. Like I said, you can use a number 2 guard regular on the clipper. It's going to do the same thing basically. And with this type of hair, this is probably like the hardest type of hair to fade for me, because any little spot you miss or you do not run your clipper right through it, you're going to be able to see everything. You can really mess up this fade pretty quick, so just be careful when dealing with this type of hair. Since since his hair is laying down, just go straight up right there at the top. That way don't make such a harsh guideline with this. Just go straight up. Don't dig in too crazy into it. So right here, we're just taking our clipper over comb technique, and we're just gonna go straight up and pull it out a little bit. See right there, you're not supposed to dig in because it will create like patches and all that. Just go ahead and pull it out and do it nice and smooth. As you can see right there, just pull it out and just trim it off. The clipper over comb does take some practice, but just keep practicing and learning from your mistakes and you'll get it. It becomes pretty easy after that. So right here, I'm taking my Auster Octanes with the 5/0 blade on them, and we're creating our first guideline. It's going to be about a medium fade. It's going to drop a little bit towards the back, not too crazy, but go ahead and set your guideline in and just take everything off, clean everything up, make sure everything's nice and smooth down to the 5/0 blade, which you can use your trimmers or whatever to make this guideline as well. Usually on these type of fades, what I do is like instead of using my trimmers, I just go ahead and use this Auster Octane because it's faster for me, and it just takes off the bulk nice and easy. Like with your trimmers, since it's smaller, you're gonna take a little bit longer, but with this, it's pretty fast. So now we're gonna take our shaver and just take it all the way to the top, basically to that line. Just light pressure. I literally put like no heavy pressure on this, and it does its job. That's what you guys gotta understand, is just let the clipper, the trimmer, everything, the shaver do its work. It'll bring it down all the way to the skin without a lot of pressure. That's why a lot of people struggle with that bottom line, but it's because of this. This is like, if you do not put heavy pressure, it'll come right out with a little bit of work, and that's it. So right here, we're going to start with our number 1 guard, lever fully closed, and create about an inch guideline. Just make sure you keep the blade flat and make a nice, even, consistent guideline. Make sure everything's down to the number 1 guard. like I've said before in my other videos, I don't really like to fast forward like the full haircut, because I want to show you guys exactly how I do it. And this haircut, I ain't gonna lie, it took a lot of detailing, and I'm gonna show you guys like how I broke it down and everything with the detailing, the corner blade, corner work, and all that. You notice I made it kind of the guideline a little bit bigger in the back, just that way it's always harder to fade out through the back side of the head. So right after that, you can come in with your half guard, lever fully closed, and you're gonna do the same exact thing, literally the same exact thing. Do not make it harder on your guys yourself. As you can tell, I'm just keeping the blade flat, and we're just going straight up, right on the same thing we did with the number 1 guard. And you can see it's just getting lighter. The guideline's just getting lighter. That's what we're trying to get to. What this does when I do the half guard, I start at the bottom and take it all the way to the top. What it does is it creates it makes it just lighter. It softens everything up. That when you come back with this step, we're just taking our clipper, lever fully closed, and we're just gonna start taking out that bottom line. It's so easy to take it out. Of course it takes detailing, but it's really easy. Like a lot of people struggle from the no guard open to like the 1 or the 1.5, and they ask why it looks choppy. This right here will fix that. You just keep it nice and even, consistent and smooth, and it does it by itself. Like you do not struggle like super hard. I'm telling y'all, once y'all get this technique down, you guys are gonna love it, and you guys are gonna stick to it, and you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about. Because what this technique does, it allows you to break down the whole hair, like the way hair works. This technique has taught me a lot. Like it just takes practice, but once you get it, it's butter. It's everything. I also had a couple questions saying that why do you do the 1 guard to close first instead of like just going straight to your half guard. What that allows me to do is it sets my fading foundation, because I like everything to look just like a strip, you know what I mean? It sets my fading foundation, and then it has to do with like when you come back later on, when instead of the half guard line that we take out at the end, instead of it being so dark and you chasing it so hard, when you do the 1 guard closed, it eliminates that, and just that way with the half guard, when you come in detail, it's just like literally like nothing there. You just flick out a bunch of little ghost lines, and instead of chasing the fade with your half guard, which could technically push up the fade. But other than that, you can try it. If it works for you, go ahead. I mean, as long as I help you guys in any way. Right here, I'm just coming back with these are the babyless. They're 0 gapped, and I'm just cleaning everything up that my clipper didn't get. Just little baby stubbles, literally. Just go ahead and use your corner and flick out. So right here, you're not gonna be able to see such a harsh guideline with this. What I usually do is I take my 1.5 and I create another guideline on top of that, what I just faded out. But since we did a number 2 guard with the blade closed basically, or the detachable blades, you're not really gonna be able to see it because it's almost technically the same thing. So I just do it to make sure that, just to play it safe, because I like to picture everything before I like set in a fade. So right here, we're just gonna come back with our 1 guard, lever fully open, and we're just gonna go take it to the top. Just picture it, use your imagination, man, and just wherever you think it's gonna be at, like where you want your blend, go ahead and do it to right there. Just start off with it closed. Now we're gonna do it halfway. We're gonna go a little longer or a little shorter. And right here, you're just chasing that. You're bringing down the softening everything up, that middle ghost line. Just go a little bit lower and just glide the blade, man. Glide it. That's what you guys gotta do. Glide it. Make sure everything's down to that size. As you can see, it's getting lighter. Like I usually recommend going only about an inch. Like if you're like about an inch, I'll say an inch. And then you're gonna fully close it, and you're gonna that middle ghost line right there, you're just gonna glide it right on it, literally. See, and right here it's fully closed, right? You have it fully closed right on the ghost line. So if we would have gone just with the half guard, that ghost line would have been really heavy, really dark, and you'd have to chase the fade basically. That's how I see it. But if you can get it without doing that, if you can do it without chasing the fade, go ahead and do it. Whatever works for y'all. But right here, you see how that ghost line ain't really much now. Now this is just allowing it to blend right out. Basically, like I said, this haircut took a lot of detailing. I'm gonna show you guys as well what I'm talking about when I say detailing, because every little spot, this hair's tough. Every little spot you do that's not right, it will create like another patch or something. Basically what this does is just it's like a barrier. It keeps less room for error. Notice the whole time I'm just gliding the blade. That's how every time I do my face, I just glide the blade, literally. Now we get to the part where we gotta we're just gonna be detailing this blend now. So I start out with my guard, my number 1 guard, and I just start closing it, opening it if I have to. But it's because, like I said before, this blend, if you take it up, if you mess up one little spot, you're gonna be able to see it. Like, so I start off with my 1 just to play it safe. Like right here in the spot, where is it? Oh, like right there, I took it up a little bit too high, so now I have to come back and start fading down again. This is just where you detail everything. So right here, to get those little spots, you go ahead and you come in with your shears. You're watching the comb, your taper comb, and you're gonna use the small end of it, the small end side, and you're just gonna go straight up. As you can see, it'll just start coming out right out. At the top of the blend, you're just going to be using your shears basically to detail. These are the thinning shears from Barber Nova. Go ahead and use my discount code NoelBlends and you'll get 10% off your purchase. So right here, you notice his hair is growing to the left. Go ahead and go against the grain when doing that, because if you go straight up, it's just going to create a light spot. So right here, what you want to do when detailing, you're just going to use your corners and just play with it. Obviously, the lower you go, the smaller guard or no guard you're going to use. So right here, I'm doing that technique. It's the, oh man, I don't even remember what it's called, but you just use your corner and you're basically going to be like slicing it in a way, but with your clipper, you know what I mean? Like, just use your corner and go straight up. Make sure you just use your corner. Tilt it at an angle, keep almost like completely to the side, and go ahead and just go in there with it. Make sure you brush as well. You see right here, I'm just tilting my clipper and just going straight up with it. Those little tiny dark spots that you see. So we are doing the comb over, so we're just gonna make sure there's 2 sides to a part. Make sure you go front side and then the back side of it. Flip your trimmer and go ahead and do that side. Pull the hair, make sure you can get none of the long hairs. And just go ahead and smack on your lineup, and you should be good to go. I add a little bit of enhancement just to give it a little bit more pop. Hit it with my razor. Make sure you pull the skin, that way you don't irritate your client. Hit the part with the razor. Right here I do use the white pencil and just use a trimmer to blend it in. As well, all the products I'm using are going to be listed down below, where you can get them all, everything I use, all the way down to the barber pencil and the shears and the enhancement. So on this side it's the same thing. I'm just going to fast forward for you guys, and I'm going to show you guys the final product here right now. Throw on a little bit of gel, and this is the final product, the final haircut, guys. I appreciate everybody that tunes in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way it alerts you when I drop a new video. I just want to say thank you guys for everybody that tunes in. This channel is starting to grow, and I appreciate you guys that are wanting to learn, and I'm glad I can help you guys in any way possible. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at NoelBlends, and let me know what you guys want to see next week. Other than that, I appreciate y'all, and I'm out. Peace.